We are young, we run green, keep our teeth nice and clean. Lyrics to live your life by. Let's start by having a look at the chords you're going to need for Supergrass's classic 90s hit, Alright. For the verses, you only need 2 chords, that's D and E minor. For the choruses, you'll need 4 chords, F sharp minor, F, E minor and A. Don't be alarmed by the F and the F sharp minors, we'll make it work. For this song tutorial for beginners, we're only looking at the verses and the choruses. If you're happy with those chords and you're comfortable making those changes, those transitions, then feel free to skip over to the main part of the lesson. And if you look in the description, you'll see the link to the chapters that will help you move around this video easily. Now let's have a quick dive into how you form those chords. For the verses, you need 2 chords, E minor and D. For the D major chord, I'm using the 1st, 2nd and 3rd fingers there, as you can see. And you can play the top 4, you can even play the top 5 strings if you like. Whatever you do, try to avoid that 6th string, it'll make a horrible noise. For the E minor chord, what you need are your 2nd and 3rd fingers, and they'll be on the 5th and 4th strings at the 2nd fret. And you can play all 6 strings. If you're still a little unsure about how to read guitar chord diagrams, then there's a link in the description with a full video explaining how to do that. For the choruses, you need 4 chords. One of them is E minor, which we've just looked at. The next chord is F sharp minor, the first of the kind of tricky chords. And as you can see, we're playing a mini bar. So your 1st finger is covering the 1st string, 2nd string and the 3rd string at the 2nd fret. And your 3rd finger is on the 4th fret of the D string, the 4th string. And for this, you're just going to play the top 4 strings. The F major chord also has a mini bar, but it's only covering 2 strings at the 1st fret. That's the E string and the B string, the 1st and 2nd string. Your 2nd finger is on the 2nd fret of the G, and your 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret of the D string. This chord you'll play just the top 4 strings. And the A chord, and as you can see, I'm using my 2nd, 3rd and 4th fingers on the same fret, the 2nd fret of the D, G and B strings, the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. And here you can play the top 5 strings. You can also hit the 6th string if you like. When we get to the chorus, you'll see why I favour these particular versions of the chords, especially the F sharp minor and the F. So stick around. For complete tutorials of the chords that you need for this song, then check the links in the description. And you'll also find alternative versions for some of those chords. So here's the verses, and on the screen now you can see the progression, 2 chords, D and E minor. And so you'll have 4 bars of D, 2 bars of E minor, and then 2 bars of D again. And that's all it is, and that's for every verse. And now just to clarify, in a bar you will have 4 strums. If you're still struggling with strumming and it's still a bit of a problem keeping rhythm or doing different strumming patterns, then why not just try downstrokes? And that's something I always recommend in these song tutorials that I do for beginners. Each bar you've got 4 strums, and just doing 4 down strums can probably take away a little bit of the pressure of playing and learning songs. So let me demonstrate what I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. An alternative pattern that you could use, something slightly more advanced, is the one that you can see on the screen. And this is just 1 bar. And you see now that we are not only doing downstrokes, hence the letters D, we're also doing upstrokes too. The upstrokes come on the off beats, the and parts of the bar. So you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And let me demonstrate what I mean. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I think that's a really good strumming pattern for this song, and I think it also goes really well with other songs. Give it a try. Now I'm going to run through the verse, but I'm only going to do it using the basic pattern. So I'm going to play this slowly and I'm going to sing along. 1, 2, 3. We are young, we run green, keep our teeth nice and clean, see our friends, see the sights, feel alright. So that's the basic verse, and why don't you pause the video and have a go by yourself, or rewind it and play along with me. Now let's get into the chorus. We've got 2 bars of each chord though, so we've got 2 bars of F sharp minor, so that will be 8 down strums, 2 bars of F, 2 bars of E minor, and 2 bars of A. You know, this F sharp minor, this F major, many beginners find those 2 chords a bit of a struggle. But, you know, like all learning, practice will make it easier. Now, I'm going to show you the reason for my choice of chords. I'm going to play the chorus for you. And what I want you to do is pay particular attention to the way I play the chords and the fingers I'm using and their positions on the fretboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we like you? I can't be sure of the scene as she turns. We are strange in our hearts 'cause we are young. Did you see that the 3rd finger stays on the fretboard as you change chords, but going from the F sharp minor to the F to the E minor, it goes down 1 fret each time. Let me show you again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we like you? I can't be sure of the scene as she turns. We are strange in our hearts 'cause we are young. And then what happens when I go from the E minor to the A chord? You know, you've got that E minor chord like this, you've got the 2nd and the 3rd finger here on the 2nd frets of the A and the D string. Now when you go to A, you're just lifting those 2 up and then moving them across so that they're now on the 4th and 3rd string, and then you're stuffing that little finger right behind on the same fret. So these 2 fingers are kind of staying very close together and keeping you kind of nice and close to the fretboard. So the F sharp minor to F to E minor can be made a little bit easier if you keep your 3rd finger glued to the fretboard. Sometimes when I'm playing a song, I will use a particular fingering basically to make my changes a little easier. And for me, this is a great reason why you really should learn alternative fingerings for some of these chords. And some chords have maybe 3 or 4 different ways of playing them. Let me know in the comments how you play these chords for this song. Now let's play this chorus together slowly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we like you? I can't be sure of the scene as she turns. We are strange in our hearts 'cause we are young. For a worksheet based on this song, then please check the links in the description. If you need help with the chords, there is a playlist down below as well that you can click, and you'll find full lessons for the F sharp minor, the F, and also alternative versions of those chords. I hope you got value out of this video. Give us a like, subscribe, etc, etc. Thanks for watching. Happy strumming.